What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode. My name is Lerato Alaza, and this is All Things Women by Tales by Us. And as always, my presenter is
Matabo Bila.
back at it. Today's episode is after varsity. Let's talk about being an adult, stepping into the real world after varsity. How do you navigate yourself into the space? And how do you find yourself after studying what you did and finding the gap in it all?
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Our industry, we all know, the film industry. For me, my experience was right afterwards. I get in varsity, you think you got it all locked down. You've been getting costed. You know, you feel like, okay, I'm the girl, right? And then you go into real world where we've never had any interactions with the real world. You don't have any connections. How did you find yourself figuring it out?
Hey, it was hard. I won't lie. I think that is the hardest time actually in your life, figuring it out. Because also you have the mentality of, oh, okay, I did my primary record time, I did high school record time, then I did with me varsity record time. I'm sure everything's gonna be smooth sailing. I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna get my apartment, I'm gonna buy my car, yeah, you have this fantasy, you have this um
Set goal.
yeah, that this is how everything has been going well. I did primary, I did high school properly, I finished the varsity. Now
Let's work.
I'm an audition.
Get that one first audition you get, I'm in.
I mean, and then you realize it's actually hard to even get an agent. So you start struggling there, getting an agency for the and then now I've been to my share. Like as I stand right now, I don't. Okay, my previous agent is still my agent. Yeah, but anyway, you go through finding agents, and that in itself is hard, especially when you're new. Some of them don't even take you seriously. They give work to send auditions to the old people, the faces, the ones they know they are most likely guaranteed to book the job. And you are given it's a new role and ads, if it's a new role. But how many new roles do you come across?
Exactly.
And roles that actually need a new face.
Yeah.
That's hard. And then you do that. I mean, I only got my first breakthrough 2019. 2019, and I had finished school in 2015. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It took me 4 years. 4 years to start working as an actor.
What did that do to you? Because my story is different, but what did that do to you? Like you said, you've been primary, high school, varsity, record time, everything has been flowing.
It
And now
depressed
that
me.
4 years of not doing anything.
It depressed me, but I had hope because that was the rise of ArtSig. Because we started ArtSig straight after when we left varsity.
Okay.
But also, you are still kids in this game. So we don't know much about even applying for funding. We don't even know. We are literally depending on shooting people's weddings, and that's not making enough money for the production to, I mean, it can run our lives. At that age, you can live off
Just live
4,000.
yeah.
It's fine because you don't have a child. It's just you. But obviously, regardless that I'm running ArtSig, I still have my initial purpose. I'm an actress. I need to be on something. I need to do something, And I was producing a lot with ArtSig. I wasn't on screen. And that took a toll on me. Like that took a mental toll on me. I don't usually, I won't say depressed. I don't want to use the word depressed because I believe like depression is a mental state. It's something that people suffer from, and I've never been one to really, but yeah,
It plays on the mind.
it broke me at some point, you know. And my first part that I got, my breakthrough, it was funny because when I auditioned for it, I auditioned for it in 2018, May. And I only started to shoot it January 2019. So I got it in 2018 May, and then it went silent. Then I was called, I got the role in May.
Yeah.
No, I auditioned in April.
Okay.
I was told I got the role in May, and then it went silent. And that was the hardest time because I was, mind you, getting a call and they're saying you're lead.
And then they're quiet.
And then they go quiet until December. That's when they start talking. So, and who do I call?
Exactly.
I don't know anyone. I was just a girl going to audition. And
did you have an agent by then?
I did. And I'd call them and ask, and they'd be like, Lona Arzebi, bathotse fela, re tla botsisa." Do you get what I'm saying? So that took a lot from me. It really took me down a hole. But I found that being spiritual and you know, Christian, I found myself holding on to the Bible, and I'll never forget that time in my life. I read the book of Job, Kaufela, and I just related to it because at that moment I just felt like all was lost. You know, I was like, Lord, why would you give me such a big opportunity and all for it to just die? And you know, like,
why would you bring my hopes up and just leave me like that again? After seeing me struggling for so long, also.
You know? And yeah, then it came. Then they like, oh, everything is back. Okay, we sure about you. We just need your co-star, the guy that will be a lead with you. And that's when I was doing the chemistry test with other guys, and eventually was the guy for my character. But yeah, you realize you don't just leave school, especially in the arts, I would say.
Yeah.
But I think not even in the arts anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in South Africa, in this day and age.
Very fortunate if you find jobs like that.
Yeah.
You know, now my story is different. Like in the beginning, primary record time, high school record time, varsity record time. And I've always known, like, when I left primary going to Pro Arte, I knew I want to study drama. From Pro Arte to TUT, I knew I want to further my studies, you know. So I've always been like adamant about me studying drama. Very fortunate that, and even in varsity, like, I would get casted and I would expand myself. I didn't know anything about physical theater, but I found a love for it. So I found myself being active all the time and being in productions all the time, right? Come end of BTech, end of third year, when they bring the agencies to come watch you guys do your final exam, I was fortunate that
you got one.
Right? And in my BTech, they were starting to send me out for auditions. I remember my first audition was an ad, and I was so excited about it. And I went through the final stages until it was final 2.
Wow.
But I didn't get it. So that for me already, like,
reassured you, Nyan.
Yeah, it reassured me.
But it
was also
hurt.
Like, exactly, because I'm like, I'm so close.
It hurts. Yeah.
But anyway, I think also it was just like a blessing in disguise because in BTech it also gets hectic.
Yeah.
So it allowed me for the rest of the year. I told my agent not to send me anything so I can focus on school. End of the year, just before we're about to finish, he sends me one audition and he's like, I know you said you don't want, but I need you to try this. And I went and I got it. You know, it was my first breakthrough. And it came right on, like, literally when we did our final acting exam, the next day I started shooting.
What? Wow. That was a dream come true. Yeah.
I was like,
girl.
God has seen me. It's been like that. Let's go. We shoot 2016 December, we shoot 2017, we shoot, then it showcases, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm building up my career. I'm starting off. And it looked like it's promising. I got a few ads and stuff like that. And then the reality comes in of the show runs for 3 months. Then you are obviously busy with like promotions and everything. But after that, I have to go for auditions. Now the reality comes
Yeah,
in.
back at square one
You
again.
understand? Then I was like, is this it? So I was like, oh, I got the first time, I'll get the second one. Let's go.
Let's go.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, yeah, and it was rejection. I was like, this can't be it. Like, no way. And it was like that the rest of 2017. Then 2018 they brought back the show. Then 2019, and I was like, no way. Like my period between 2019 and obviously COVID, 2021 and 2022 was dry for me. Like that was the hardest. That for me, that hit me because I felt like my career started off like this.
And then now it's just taking a dip. Yeah.
And that played a lot on me as well mentally. Like, maybe this is not what I'm meant to do. I should have done something better, something more solid. I didn't the the norm of being an actor that you have to go for auditions continuously. That for me messed me up because I felt like once you got something, it has to put you to the next.
So it definitely, yeah.
It always feels like you're starting from A all the time.
Because also the pool is big, but there's so many people in the pool.
Exactly.
There's so many actors.
And you're finding other actors there.
There are some in school already that are waiting to come and audition for the same job that you're auditioning for.
So, yeah, man, I think that from 2019, 2022, that for me was the most hardest. And I am grateful for people in my life, my partner, my family, for the support because they are the ones who kept me going. Honestly, they encouraged me because especially 2022, I was on some.
Let's just lock all doors.
Like even just to get out of bed was just like because I've always had that thing of I have to be independent. Like you said, you've planned your life for this time you have all of this, and none of that is happening.
No.
And then now you look outside, everybody else,
dude, and now
that I understand. The same people you went to school with, whether it's in high school or what, they look like they've got things sorted
together, yeah.
And you are just stagnant. But I'm also like grateful because I'm a Christian woman. I'm a woman of prayer, Oh, I remember one day my partner said, "Girl, wake up and pray." And that I think switched everything for me. And allowed me to find my other avenues of how I can create, it also goes then to the concept of collaboration in the industry and how important it actually is.
Yeah, that's crazy because we were still talking with my husband the other day that things are different. I think we were raised by people who grew up in a world, well, rather in a society, our parents, where it was very primary, high school thingy, then they get a job, they get a house and whatnot. And we thought that maybe that would go that way. But we forgot to take account to the world that we now live in. Things are different. And I think this whole thing made me realize something about age. Is that, yes, you do grow older, but we have, as a society, set certain things that at this time in your life you need to get married. At this time in your life you need to have a job at least and a house. There's a standard, and that is a standard that messes up most of us mentally. That nothing is linear. Everything will happen at its own time, especially with us.
And it takes a lot for you to get to that point.
It does.
Even when you acknowledge that, sometimes we become so hard on ourselves, and you have to remind yourself, girl, take it easy.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen,
Sometimes for some people it happens at 30, 32, 35, Some people get their first job at the age of 34.
Yeah.
You never know. So, yeah, I think that is what we suffer from, that we need to look at ourselves on a different canvas compared to what our parents, because that was a different economy, that those things are just different then. Things I think were much more simpler, more acquirable. Now we live in a different world where even sometimes your qualifications mean nothing.
Nothing.
You
It's
know,
all about connections.
do you get what I'm saying? And maybe it might even get to a point where really going to varsity, will it be a need? You know?
Facts.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of people need to come to realization with, but also not ignoring the fact that we are in a country where employment rate is low.
It's sky.
And rather unemployment rate is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
There are people who are sitting with qualifications and they
Of
can't
being a
that
doctor, engineer, but they don't have.
they don't get, they can't get jobs. But I feel like we need to also find new ways and trying to see new ways. And it's going to be hard for especially our generation because now it's affecting us. But we were also not taught that it's better for the younger ones that are coming because then they will be brought up with that. But for us, it's harder because this is what you've always known.
I feel like like our generation from the 1990 to maybe 97 or 8. We are the experiment. We're the bridge between Balebakale and the
Yes.
and we get all the tests.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's crazy. But if we're gonna take it back to collaboration in our industry, how important is that?
That's
coming from a perspective of, you are an actor, but you're also not a producer as well. How important is that?
Yes, that's very important. Collaboration. I'm one to tend to keep to myself. And this work throws you into collaborating and I feel like having had, I'd say, from where we started, and sometimes when you are in the midst of things, you just sometimes don't understand, why am I here? You seeing other people do it. You seeing other younger people shooting films, like a film you were in, shooting films, and you finished years before them, and you're like, why? What's But understanding people's journeys and understanding that they will not be the same as yours. If your friend got a job, say just straight after varsity, and it takes you 2 years, do not feel any way.
Yeah.
There's something that you needed to learn throughout that time. So with us, I always say to God, with God's sake, you just literally made us go through each and every step that you could think of you need to suffer first and challenges first before you get to the top. And we are still working. We're not at the top. We are working our way to the top. But with every year you see, well, okay, there's a glimpse of light. Oh, okay, you can, okay, you can. But with collaboration, there's a positive and a negative. But then with us, yes, as I was saying, like I felt like he just made us feel it, feel every stage. You will feel it before you get to the top. And I'm grateful. Now I'm grateful. When I was there, I was not grateful.
And I think sometimes it's just that I always say, like you said, like going through that cycle of nothingness, God was teaching me humility. Otherwise,
definitely.
I was not going to understand humility and being compassionate with other people because I've always had it easy my whole life.
Yeah. Definitely. You need that. And I think with us going through those stages, we collaborated with so many people. But in that pool of collaboration, some fall out. Some you carry all the way to the top. Some are just for that brief moment and they just serve the purpose of that moment and you move on. So with collaboration, you need to first understand what you want personally if you're an actor, because as an actor you're a business yourself. And wherever, or if you're running a business in itself, know what you want, what you want, and if the people you are collaborating with will serve that purpose. And if also you have something to add to them, because these days no one wants, it's rare where you're going to find someone just giving and you without pouring out something to them. And that's what happened with us with the importance of collaborating. As an actor, I really did not collaborate with anyone, to be honest. I did not make friends that much in the industry because it's a very fragile space, the industry. It's very, sometimes you really just don't know who's for you and who's not for you.
At the end of the day, you're all chasing.
Yes. So with my acting, I really did not. But in this space of running a production company, collaboration is important. With certain companies, with certain people, you need to, because someone always opens a channel to something else, or you are a channel to something else, but maybe may benefit later from whatever, that person, So in our space, yes, you need to collaborate. You need to work together. Yeah, but have the right intentions in collaborating.
Yeah.
Don't just collaborate because I see a lot of actors lately, I just want to try out directing. And some production companies are kind of desperate to have them because they maybe pitched with their name or got funding through their name, or saying this person is gonna, our industry is full of, you need to have a star.
Yeah.
In order for your thingy to do. Yes. So then the person is like, no, I'll join in, as I'd also like to try out directing. And sometimes people don't come with the right intentions. Do you get what I'm saying? Some actors just don't come with the right intentions, or even see the idea beyond what you are seeing. So be smart about that. Collaborating, really understand. I feel like sometimes in our industry we also get taken away by, like, it's like a vibe. We just get taken away by, vibe. Let's just vibe, guys. And you can't vibe forever.
It gets to a point where you have to
make decisions. It needs to make sense to you. I would love to have this person and this person, but does it make sense to the project? Does it make sense in paper? Does it make sense financially? No. Why am I even going there? But but now I'm speaking from collaborating from my point of view, running a production, because as an actor I haven't. Maybe you can speak from an actor's point of view.
I think before I can go there, when you were talking, I was just thinking of it. Maybe there was a purpose why Arts Campus was so secluded as well. For them to put artists together. If we were intentional about being aware, would know that this is the first step of collaborating with other departments as well, other people that you can work with in the future, and also the timing. I've known you since varsity, but we never interacted in varsity. You understand? But the timing that allowed us to then produce something beyond to where we are right now, Yeah. So now coming back to collaborating with other artists or actors, I do have acquaintances, colleagues rather, that I have developed relationships with. But we have not necessarily collaborated, but I can interact with them as well. And if ever I were to meet them in a production or whatever, I'd be then able to
talk to them.
In that way, I think it allows a space between acting and also finding my space in behind the scenes to come together and find a way of creating another form of profession for myself. I'm still an actor. I don't think I'll ever let go of it.
It's actually funny you. So I feel different lately.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't want to make a hasty decision and saying, "Hey, you know."
But why are you feeling weird?
It doesn't hit me like it used to. You know, that drive, that I want to, that longing. Just want to be on screen. I just want to perform. I just want to be reading a script. I don't have it. The film that we shot last year would reignite that. I won't lie, I enjoyed shooting. I enjoyed the pressure. I enjoyed everything and being in the midst of everything. And, learning a script again and, and delivering and giving it my all. But it didn't, I don't know, it didn't serve the purpose that I wanted. Because I was like, maybe this will remind me why I did this, or like, because it had everything. I had everything of a production. I don't know. I just don't want to put a name to it. I don't want to say I'm leaving. I don't want to say I'm stopping, because I'm not even sure if I want to stop. I'm not even sure, but I'm just in a space where I'm just in limbo, whether I want to act. Truly, right now, I'd be doing it for the money. But I would be doing it for the love. I mean, the love will always be there. I will love always being in screen.
Yeah.
Am I passionate about it like I used to be? I'm not sure. But I love being on screen.
Yeah.
Like I love portraying a character.
As well.
Thank you. I would love to, but I don't know, like, if I've got enough passion to drive me, and it's a very difficult one for me to just let go of, because I really love it. I really want to go back to that point of really wanting to do it.
And maybe that's okay, man. I think there are periods of, like, in life, you might love something, but at that time, it's just not feeding into you. Maybe your path will find itself again with it.
I think maybe also there are certain people who ruined it a bit for me, who made me question myself a lot. But I feel like I've dealt with that. It's just this little part that I need to let go of and say, you know what? And that's another thing people need to know. When you get into the workspace, hey, you're going to have challenges.
I think being an actor is just like, easy breezy, having a good time, but you deal with challenges as well.
It's like any other job.
Exactly.
When you have people who don't like you in the workplace, same. Look, there are people who don't like you, people who will sabotage you, people who will just not like you for just not liking you.
Who will make you feel small.
Who will make you feel small, make you feel like nothing. Who will, oh my gosh, when everything is flashing back. No, I won't say this actually. Let me keep it, because it'll be very clear who I'm saying it towards.
I'm sorry you had to go through that also.
Yeah.
Because I get why it would taint your passion.
It tainted it a lot. Like I respect my job, and I respected the arts as a whole, and I respected everything, and I went in with respecting everyone in production, whether you are the gaffer, whether I really was just be humane about it, because everyone here is making this production possible. Regardless that you are on screen, it does not mean that the guy who's switching on the light, it does not matter, And I was just genuinely just, a bubbly person on set, and I just, things happened, and it gave me a different perspective and feel about this industry, and but I'm not gonna let it taint it. That's why I'm just like, I'm not gonna make a decision and say, no, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just at a space where I'm okay right now with not, even if I don't do it for this year, for example. I'm not even gonna talk about the next 2 years. I don't think I won't be okay. I think I'll be fine.
I want to. It's a thing. Like, if I could just get one
in a year,
I'll be good with it. If more, that's a blessing. But at least one a year, I'll be good, just to feed
That beast.
that beast in me. Exactly. Just to feed
Yeah.
that drum, like that hunger, that passion. So I'll never let go of it, but I'm also excited with the journey of being like behind the scenes and discovering my creative side in a business world as well. Yeah.
Because I think I'm enjoying that a lot lately. I think that's where my heart is driven. That's where, yeah, because I feel like my passion has just like moved. I'm more passionate about that. I'm seeing the errors, the mistakes South Africa is making, what we are exposed to, the disadvantages that we have, the unfairness that we have, and I'm just more like, I need to be part of this. I need to be part of this change. I need to be part of the people, that bring a change to, because when you kind of talk about all the things that are happening in our industry, your heart would break.
Yeah, we all know what's happening.
So
But it's having the right people with the right intentions, because we can't hide or run away from the fact that we all see what's happening, but it benefits certain people.
yeah, it's sad, but I guess that's just life. It's unfair. And then another thing I wanted to thingy with you is, let's go. I'm gonna shift now. Let's move relationship now as an adult. How do you maneuver through it? Especially now, your career, especially with your career, like, making your partner understand, and yeah, just basically falling in love. Like now as an adult, what is falling in love for you? What does it mean? How has it changed?
Okay.
You are blushing.
Okay. So being in this relationship right now, currently with my partner, um, is one of the biggest blessings. Because from the onset, when we were still dating, we had conversations about my career and having him supported in the way that he actually does right now. So obviously, when we started dating, I was just an actor purely, right? And he would we would talk about, like, especially intimate scenes, how he feels about it and how I feel about it, and where does the compromise also come into place.
Yeah, yeah.
And regardless of the fact that it's my career, I also have to be considerate of his feelings. I remember I remember there was a movie I was shooting and I had to do an intimate scene, like a sex scene. And he was not comfortable with that, like at all.
Is it?
He did not talk to me the whole day on set. Like, he just texted
He
me
was
in
with.
the morning.
Oh, you're
No, he
okay.
texted me because usually we talk throughout the day. Like that day,
Yeah, it's just
he's
saying.
just like, morning, enjoy your day on set. Quiet the whole day.
Shame.
Damn. But I had to understand that he also had to go through his feelings because it's the first time.
For me, actually, it's funny. I had my husband shoot me
that's more
doing intimate scenes.
I mean, did you guys have conversations about it also?
Yeah, in the beginning, but as time went on, it was just like, girl, God, you have to do what you have to do. He would even say,
"Is it not better because he's?"
Yeah, I think it is.
Because
he'd even say, you're not doing enough. What's wrong? You're not. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think it's because we're in the same field. Yeah.
He's on another field, but right now he's more. I think as I got to teach him and educate him about how we go through these things, you're not just doing it like
just because we feel like,
or there isn't any coaching that happens, or there isn't any consent that happens between co-actors. We can talk about, I'm comfortable with this or you're comfortable with that, and we respect those kind of boundaries. So he's more on a very more understanding side, and I think that also just makes me like fall in love with him. Because I think nothing is as important as being with somebody you can talk to about anything and not feeling weird about it, and creating a safe space for both of you, and knowing that I will like respect you and support you and honor you as my partner, you know. So the relationship right now also it comes in that aspect. I appreciate the way we are so open and transparent, and um, the way we communicate. For me, one of the biggest things I take into a relationship is communication.
Yeah.
And how we communicate with each other as well. Not only in the good times, but also in the bad times. Like, are we still talking to each other with respect, or do we now become disrespectful, shouting at each other or swearing at each other?
You know, when you say that, there are people I've came across who are in relationships now in the stage adulthood who will tell you, Hore, nah, and my partner, I don't know how much my partner earns.
Oh no.
And these people are about to be married. And I'm like, oh, guys.
How are you guys gonna communicate?
Exactly. And those are the things that I'm just always like, guys, then what, how? I don't know how much you earn. You don't know how much I earn.
Then
Nah.
move on.
Yeah.
You know?
And those are the things I think people need to be very careful. Don't be taken away, especially if you are with a partner that is well off, whether female, no male, or male. We tend to be very edgy about asking.
Very sensitive.
It is.
Also, you know.
But you need to ask
You have to know
how.
what you working.
And
Who
look,
you working with as well, you know.
it needs to be that. Another thing, finances, like just no, not even finance. I don't want to put it as finances, but as an adult, just running a household, like not just running. I'm gonna say running a household because I run a household, but that responsibility now that everything is on you, your clothes, your food, your accommodation, everything, it's looking at you. Your health is, girl, if you don't get yourself medical aid,
it's over.
It's over.
I get you. I feel like I am in the transition of that, and I can understand what you're talking about. I think even like living at home or when I'm with my partner as well, the steps, like for example, if we want to go away somewhere, it's that responsibility of saying I have to make sure I save up for this. I have to make sure that I buy my own clothes coming to work. I have to make sure that I have money to come to work as well. So I think even starting from go high from home and knowing I have to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4 for myself has prepared me as well, or is preparing me for that when transition for eventually when I have to run a household like all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But you also need a partner that is as open and also invested in making sure that a household is run together, you know.
Yeah, because that is also hard. That is another transition that happens into adulthood, is that you slowly find yourself having to be contributing go higher. Hey, I need to put in an extra 1,000 rand for the food. I need to, you know, those are the responsibilities that kind of shock you. For me, running a household, whew, it's that.
Is that a chat?
It's a chat for another day. But yeah, basically adulthood, just I think you figuring a lot, but you figuring everything with more wisdom and maturity.
Yeah.
And you are more matured about stuff, not like when you were younger, because then you were more impulsive and just like you know, now there's no lukisa no, you know. And but just basically
We finally understand when we were younger parents, but I cannot challenge.
exactly you understand what they were saying, but also still enjoying, you know, finding the beautiful things about being an adult and being matured, and being matured with love, being matured with work, you know, being matured with relationships, whether with your partner or with other people. I think that will take you a long way, just being respectful. You know, I think that is number one, because you'll meet adults that are just, you ask yourself, when
Wow.
my child even behaves better than you,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also just then finding the calmness and the moments of happiness. Between
That's where you
all-
are here now. Yeah, you
find the moments of happiness and fulfillment in between all the navigating of
Mm.
being an adult, of working, of maintaining relationships, of building a home, and yeah, just the whole entity of being an
and being at
adult.
peace with yourself and being okay with where you are, and allowing whatever to take place and allowing yourself to grow in whatever form of way you're growing. Yeah. I think here in this age you are more willing for things to shape you and understand why they're shaping you for, and not wanting to always be on the driver's seat and controlling everything. Yeah.
It's over to you, my dear Lord.
Exactly. It's always over to you, Lord. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Let us know, how are you finding adulthood, and how are things going for you, whether it's relationship wise, whether it's work, whether it's finances, whether it's just family, whatever it may be, you can share. And maybe one day we can just have an episode where we just talk about things within the comments and engage with you guys, and
we'll react to the comments and just give feedback on what we think. Thank you so much. Until the next time.